Their last four. Michigan State clinches a first-round bye in the Big Ten tournament with a win tonight. Iowa is looking to maybe move up into the top four and get themselves a first-round bye. But really, it's all about playing better and getting ready for the postseason and getting into the postseason on a roll. For Iowa, a high-scoring team. They've had trouble defending lately. A very deep team as well. Keep an eye on Roy Devin Marble. He's scoring better than 17 points per game, and his dad, who is Iowa's all-time leading scorer, is here with the Breslin Center to watch his son tonight. For Michigan State, they're all back. For just the second time in a long time, Tom Izzo has all of his players at his disposal, some of them still rounding into shape health-wise, conditioning, and so forth, but at least he has all of his players in uniform, and Tom Izzo still believes this can be a special team.
Well, it can be a special team if they play like they're capable. If Appling returns to his form when it was 17-1 at one time, he was playing brilliantly and then had that injured wrist, and from that moment on, it's been a struggle for Keith.
Gene Steratore, Borowski, and Mike Eads are officials who are underway with Michigan State getting the first possession of the game. They go right inside for the lob. It's deflected away by Adam Woodbury, and back come the Hawkeyes.
Hawkeyes love to run with that basketball.
And they will strike first on the basket by Melson Basabi.
Basabi on the interior. He'll turn over in the backcourt. Watch Iowa. They run, baby, run. Fran McCaffrey's created excitement by bringing an exciting style of play.
They're the highest scoring team in the Big Ten at better than 83 points per game.
Michigan State, tough defensive team when they were really playing well. Very physical.
What a matchup. Marble and Harris. Marble to miss, and Denzel Valentine, a terrific rebounder for a perimeter player, better than 6 a game.
Well, the key player for them, obviously, is Appling. Appling's their catalyst. He's going to start making shots to get some confidence.
Not only has he not been making shots, he's hardly been taking shots. Coming back from a wrist injury, but he says his wrist feels better. He's through babying it, and he is ready to make and take shots, and they need it.
Nobody's had more injuries than Tom Izzo and his Spartans.
Shot clock at 7. Payne. Tough contested long two, and it goes.
That's a big-time play right there. He created that opportunity. He's Italian, had a bad game. His effort was not supreme according to Tom Izzo against Illinois.
Knocked away by Valentine. He's got it. He's got Harris, and Michigan State has the lead.
Yam City by Harris, super south. Missed the basketball out of Indiana.
But Marble, they don't get back, and Marble strikes from 3.
Tell you one thing, they can get up and down the floor quickly. Marble shows that versatility. He can drive, he can shoot the 3.
Harris scored the basket, and he was yelling, somebody get him, because he couldn't get back in time, and nobody picked up Marble.
Tell you, fans love it. That's why people are coming back through the turnstiles up there in Iowa City. Exciting style of play.
Payne with a little room on the baseline, and he's off to a good start on senior night.
Adrian Payne's got that nice touch for a big player. He's going to make a nice living at the next level, no doubt.
It is spring break here at Michigan State, but there still are a fair number of students here. The place is sold out. A game of extreme importance for the Spartans. Wide open Woodbury, and Iowa goes back on top.
They're expecting him to break out. He's got a good touch. He's got great size.
Boy, the hot shooting continues.
Nobody guarded him, go down wide open. I mean, even my guy Dan Schulman go out there and make that shot. Are you kidding me? The Canadian comic can make that shot.
Look at that. The two teams have combined to go 7 of 8. Woodbury tied up.
Good
and
job.
The Spartans come out with it. Here's Valentine again.
Good job defensively. Valentine, a great passer.
Payne loses it. Michigan State gets it back. Payne, a wild shot like a rocket off the glass. It'll be Iowa ball. And an early substitution. Travis Trice is into the game for Gary Harris. The star sits down early for the Spartans. So Michigan State gets smaller. And that means Keith Appling is covering Devin Marble. He's given up about 5-6 inches in height in that matchup.
And he'll also post him. He's an excellent post player, Marble. They like to invert him, put him on the inside. Key player, I was going to say, right here, keep the ball. Gazelle, he's a key player. Tom Izzo not happy with that call.
wears his emotions on his sleeve, doesn't he, at all times on that sideline.
He's so special, really. Just a terrific human being as well as a great coach.
Aaron White, multi-talented, long, versatile wing player. Nice little fake. Dawson comes over to help. Spartans have it again, and they got numbers. Dawson the feed. Appling can't get the shot off. Dawson, good deep position, but the pass is off his fingertips and out of bounds. And you can see the last couple of possessions, everybody trying to do a little bit too much for both teams.
Yeah, really sloppy right there. Dawson back in the lineup. Broke his hand.
And missed 9 games, one of just numerous injuries that the Spartans have had. Every player in their starting 5 has missed multiple games with injuries or illness.
Tell you one thing, Iowa can flat out score the ball. There's no doubt about it. Great scoring ability.
This is not going to be a Big Ten game that winds up in the 50s. This is going to be a high-scoring affair.
Well, you know, the last 2 games, Michigan State's really struggled to get in the high 50s. They really struggled against Illinois at 40-something points in that game.
Coming off a 53-46 loss at home to Illinois. Iowa's coming off a win over Purdue that snapped a 3-game losing streak. Extra pass, Payne in the corner. And we got a push on Devin Marble, an Iowa foul to take us to a timeout.
Now you talk about Iowa, you talk about Marble, Mr. Versatility. Gonna watch him right here with the little pull-up jump shot. Good rotation. Goes wild for Mr. McDermott. They go wild for Tim Miles and the Nebraska team. They got a date with Wisconsin. They're going to dance this year, no doubt about it, Nebraska.
How about Wisconsin, the rough stretch they went through a few weeks back, and they're sitting there in the 2 spot right now, highly ranked, and Joe Lunardi's got them as a very high seed. Just another great job by Bo Ryan this year.
Absolutely. It just went to that one little slump. Take that out of there. A formula that have an incredible zone. They go to his zone defensively.
Iowa slips into a zone out of the timeout, trying to slow Michigan State down a little bit.
Well, they were having a little struggle, man-to-man, wide open shots for Payne.
Matt Costello into the game for the Spartans. Trice is open and buries the 3. He's a terrific shooter on the season, 45% from beyond the arc.
Well, he just got right in the gap of that zone and made that big shot. I was a fun team to watch. Fun team for kids to play. I mean, play that fast pace. Tom Izzo, tell me Fran McCaffrey's done a phenomenal job. Take a look at Trice. Trice for Trace. Trice right there for the tray. Wide open. I mean, are you kidding me? Nobody guarding him. Look at this here. Nobody near him. Nobody near him. I'm closer to him.
Subs for Utah. Josh Oglesby, Jared Utah. 10 players getting regular minutes, and Fran McCaffrey says he's really got 11, but he can't find minutes for Peter Jock. They use so many different people. They stay out of foul trouble, and it allows them to play at a quick pace throughout the game.
Oglesby can shoot the ball.
Marble can shoot the ball.
He's going to have a big day. I can just feel it. He's got that little rhythm going. He's got that mental ability right now where he's excited. Dad's in the house. Local kid, played at Southfield Lathrop High School here in Michigan. Told me before the game, he said Michigan recruited me, but Tim Hardaway committed. That was the end.
Obi, thanks very much. We'd like to welcome those of you who just saw Cincinnati defeat Memphis. We are here in East Lansing, Michigan. Thursday night showcase presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups with Dick Vitale. I'm Dan Shulman. A game of tremendous importance to the Big Ten between Iowa and Michigan State. And offense has ruled the first 5.5 minutes.
Well, Marble's put on a show early in his game. Mr. Versatility, one of the premier players in the Big Ten. He's been superb in front of his dad, who's in the house.
Marble again knocks it down.
He is on fire, man. His father's wearing number 4, the all-time leading scorer in the history of Iowa basketball. A proud dad standing up behind that bench.
And you won't get a much better matchup than we've got right now. Gary Harris and Devin Marble matching up on one another.
2 really premier players. Even though my vote goes for player of the year in the conference, we're going to Ann Arbor, man. Nick Stauskas.
Michigan has clinched the outright Big Ten regular season title as Valentine is fouled again.
To the victor goes the spoils, Mr. Shulman. Hey, look at the dads in the house. Roy was a terrific player, obviously, at Iowa. And there's son saying, look, Dad, I can do what you do. I can fill the net up. But Dad says, hey, I got more points in my career than you, son.
Well, Devin Marble, he's Roy Devin Marble, goes by Devin predominantly. He's got 9 of Iowa's 13 points. Harris defended well. Good ball movement. And the three goes down for Kenny Kaminsky, and that's what he does. 6'8", redshirt freshman, a big guy, but he can really knock it down.
Well, what really made that happen, Tom had to really be proud of their ability to pass the basketball, swing it side to side. Great ball movement. When you get that kind of ball movement, you're going to get open shots. Watch the way they're going to reverse the ball. They're going to swing it side to side, great ball reversal, and they get it in the hands of the right guy, Kaminsky, who can flat out shoot it, as you said, Dan.
Gavin Schilling in now for Costello.
He was the one guy that played really well against Illinois. Everybody else, really, Illinois shut down.
Right off the inbounds play, Josh Oglesby's wide open for a three.
Well, we just said he's a real long-range shooter. That's his strength, coming off the bench, giving him points from the perimeter.
6'5" junior from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Harris, good D by Oglesby, staying right with him. Look at him moving his feet. He is sticking right with Harris. Now the drive by Valentine, and Michigan State turns it over.
Gonna watch the catch by Oglesby right here. I mean, he shot that from downtown Motor City. That wasn't just from the three-point line.
Keith Appling back into the game for Michigan State. If you weren't with us off the top of the show, Appling is back from a wrist injury. Missed 3 games, has not shot the ball well or often at all, but says the wrist is feeling better, the shot is feeling better, and he is comfortable taking open shots. They need a little offense out of him.
Well, you know, Dan, he was averaging 16 points a game when they really were playing well. It was 17-1 before January 20th. Then he went to 6.9 since, 16% shooting threes, 43% on the free throw line.
Good help there by both Schilling and Dawson as Uthoff has it rejected, and back come the Spartans.
Uthoff's the kid who was a controversial transfer from Wisconsin.
Harris, yes.
He's another big-time performer. Harris, the super self. Harris, Marble, they can play with anybody.
This Iowa team, a team a few weeks ago, Dick, some thought was among the most dangerous in the country. What a run they could have. The talent is there. Everybody respects them. But they've struggled recently. Haven't been guarding well at all. But this is still a very dangerous team.
They've only lost to 2 teams that weren't nationally ranked. Think about that. And those 2 teams are not bad. Minnesota and Indiana.
Zach McCabe misses the 3.
McCabe made some headlines as well on Twitter.
Yeah. Missed a shot late in the game recently, and some of the fans got on him, and then he responded in kind on Twitter, and Fran McCaffrey's
on Twitter.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Sounds like my wife.
Did I ban you from Twitter?
Well, my wife. My wife's tried to ban me.
I don't blame her.
My wife, Lorraine.
I don't blame her.
She tried to grab my phone one day and hit it on me. I said, you can't do that, hon. That's grounds for divorce.
2-point lead, Spartans 8 minutes in here in East Lansing. Russell Bird has checked into the game now for Michigan State. That's him guarding the ball.
That's great, having a game where teams are shooting the basketball instead of playing that slow, deliberate style, milking the clock in every possession.
Uthoff inside, and the layup is missed. Uthoff comes down with the offensive rebound and gets it out of trouble. Oglesby, his second 3 of the night.
He just has that beautiful form when he releases that jump shot.
45% from 3 on the season.
Great follow through.
Timeout on the floor. High scoring start between the Hawkeyes and the Spartans.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
67%, and Michigan State 9 for 12, 75%.
Unbelievable. Hey, Dan, think about this. The last time the Hawkeyes left East Lansing with a W, it was January 23rd, 1993.
They have lost 17 in a row here. Of course, they don't play here every single season. Brandon Dawson with a basket. Second game back from the broken hand. Terrific defender, terrific rebounder, and a very important player for Michigan State going forward.
Yeah, we really missed him on the glass. He was such an unbelievable rebounder. He's a warrior. He's very important to their defensive scheme.
Oglesby's knocked down a couple already. Gazelle off the back of the iron. Look at Dawson Sky and tipped the ball to Valentine. And Valentine is fouled. He's a guy who was supposed to be maybe a sixth man, a very good complementary player. He's turned into a starter almost every game. And with Payne gone, Appling gone, you never know, maybe Harris gone, Valentine could be a real star on this team next year.
Well, he really can pass the basketball. He has great vision. He really knows how to find people, understands how to play, played for his dad. His dad was a player here at Michigan State, outstanding high school coach, won several state championships.
And there's his dad looking on, his high school coach, and a teammate of his in high school was an Iowa player, Anthony Clemens.
He's a point guard, backs up Gazelle. Gazelle, very important to them. He said he's quick. He can create numbers, beat people off the bounce. Fran McCaffrey told us before the game, there he's with the ball right there, Gazelle. They're trying to lock him up. It's always great when you got a guy that can beat people off the bounce.
Wide open shot for Basabe, too strong. And Michigan State ball again.
Iowa, a very good rebound and basketball team. +8 margin.
Bird, a nice look. Dawson, no, and Payne can't finish. And here come the Hawkeyes.
They really run now. Once they get that rebound, they're going. They're going.
Marble, not this time. Valentine the rebound. So they're cooling off. The pace is still up and down, but they're not knocking down shots, either team, like they were in the opening minutes of the game.
There's Appling with the basketball. Before his injury, he was averaging 16 points a game, was shooting 45% from the three. People were talking about player of the year.
Bird passed it up. Appling will take it, but missed the three, and it's out of bounds to the Hawkeyes.
He's got to make shots to get his confidence back.
Well, one of the greatest rivalries in sports headlines a great doubleheader on Saturday. First, it's Indiana and Michigan in the Big Ten. That'll come your way at 6 Eastern, and then we'll be down in Durham at Cameron for North Carolina and Duke. Saturday primetime, presented by DirecTV. Both games also available live on Watch ESPN. The Tar Heels looking to sweep the Blue Devils. Duke stunned by Wake Forest.
They were stunned. They went through a big spurt. We have a 17-zip run for Wake Forest. Jeff Bzdelic with a big win.
Oglesby a miss, and two Spartans combined to knock it out of bounds and give it back to Iowa.
There's about 5 minutes left in that game. They were up 7, Duke, and then all of a sudden they just couldn't buy a basket. According to some of the quotes I read from Coach Wojciechowski, he said leadership at the end of the game, nobody took charge.
17-0 run late for Wake to pick up the win.
Trying to post up on Marble right there. Marble can post. They can invert him. He can rotate him to the inside. Has that great size for a guard.
Marble checks the shot clock. Still plenty of time, and now calls out a play.
He's certainly going to get a chance to play at the next level. The stock is going up.
Step back jumper. Yes!
Stock came a little higher right there. I saw a scout write down a little note. When he shot that, the scouts are writing down notes.
What a night already. Marble into double figures now with 11. Harris comes off a screen, and he buries it.
Got a great job of reading that screen by Harris to get free for an open jump shot.
And now a steal. Michigan State comes up with a loose ball. Valentine is open.
Wide open for Mr. Valentine. Trifecta time right there. They love it here at the Breslin. The Izzo goes wild.
30-second timeout. Fran McCaffrey. A turnover. Transition. An open three. Spartans by 5. Number one on Fran McCaffrey's big board coming into the game tonight was don't turn it over and give Michigan State a chance in transition. They just did that now, and it cost them 3 points.
Did a great job of finding the open shooter. Found Valentine wide open for that three. This is the best offensively that Michigan State's played in the last maybe 2 weeks.
Woodbury inside, can't finish, gets it back, misses again, tip no good.
Woodbury's got to put some strength on that body. You got to convert in traffic. Down deep.
Well, Tom Izzo can't be happy about the number of offensive rebounds Iowa had in that possession, though.
Tell you one thing, all those injuries, they made him get on the phone and call him Mark Rick of Georgia, the football coach, because he lost so many key players. They want to know, how did you deal with it?
They lost 2 receivers, couple of running backs, couple of linemen.
Quarterback?
Yeah, and Tom Izzo says, hey, at least his guys have come back. Now it's about everybody getting back into condition, and as you said, getting cohesive again, working as a unit.
You know, it's not an excuse. It's a fact. Gary Harris misses 3 games. Payne misses 7 foot sprain. Apley misses 3 but plays in pain for another 4. Dawson misses 10 games. Trice 2. Costello 4. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's a fact.
Boy, Marble
what a
cannot
show.
be stopped right now. He's got 13.
What a show he's putting on. His dad is standing, man. He ain't sitting down. He said, that's my son, loud and clear. He's probably saying I taught him everything he knows.
And Marble's been on a tear lately. 20 or more in 5 of his last 6 games, and well on his way again tonight.
If it weren't for the play of Stauskas and them winning the Big Ten title, he gets a lot of votes for Player of the Year.
Shot clock into single digits, and it's off the leg of Costello into the Iowa ball.
It is the Marble show here tonight. Yes, and that was an unbelievable moment because 10 days earlier they had lost Chris Street. Unbelievable player, was tragically lost his life in an accident.
Car accident. Yeah.
Car accident. And the bottom line is they came here, played with a lot of emotion, and got that win. AC Earl had a big game in that game, the big fella. Also, kid by the name of Barnes played really well.
Marble off the screen. They're swarming him now.
Somebody's got to guard him.
Boy, he is moving like crazy without
what a
the ball.
pass. Nice little look by Marble, showing a little unselfishness right there.
And Woodbury couldn't finish. Dawson runs the floor, and it rolls off the rim for him. Boy, that last possession for Iowa, watching Marble work hard twice, coming off screens, running side to side, trying to get open. He's giving Dawson a workout.
Well, he really moves well without the ball. That's a key offensively. Too many guys are stationary. They're very easy to guard.
Now Harris switches on to him.
They're switching on screens. He should go inside and post a little because he has that ability.
McCabe the spin, and he draws the foul. Got a Saturday Showcase doubleheader coming your way on ESPN. At noon, it'll be Andrew Wiggins in Kansas taking on West Virginia, and then Oklahoma State and Iowa State. The Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy. How interesting has the Big 12 been this year?
It's been great. I'll tell you one thing. Edgem got my vote as Player of the Year in the Big 12. I think he's been sensational all year. Spoke to Freddie Herberg today. I'll tell you, he was singing the praises of White of Iowa. He said one of the most underrated players you'll see in the country. Love his ability, and he spoke very highly of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
You're making lots of friends tonight up in Canada with Stauskas for Big 10 Player of the Year.
I didn't think
Edgem
about that.
for
Oh,
Big
you
12
think
Player of the Year.
Oh, you like that. I saw your face. You began to smile. John Saunders is smiling at home.
McCabe brings Iowa within 1.
They lost some tough games, Iowa. People have to realize there's no cupcakes in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Every game is a battle.
I mean, when every team in the league has won at least 5 games, that tells you how tough the bottom half of the league is. Valentine with a nice look, but a low pass. Appling digs it out. Good ball movement. Harris.
That's smart play. Good IQ by Valentine. Gives the ball up to the guy that can make the basket, that can shoot it. Fran McCaffrey was giving us a clinic about that today before the game, how it's important to get the ball to the right people.
Utah with a drive, and it's out of bounds. Still Iowa ball.
Harris wide open, but it was Valentine that did a great job reversing the ball. There it is. Number 45 gets the assist.
You know, one thing that you expect from Iowa is a ton of trips to the free throw line. They have made more than their opponents have attempted, but they've only been to the line twice tonight. Both of those that we just saw last trip down from McCabe.
I talked about before the game, the fact of the matter is that Marble and White have gone to the free throw line as a combination 331 times. That doesn't only mean points for Iowa. That's putting people in foul trouble.
We've hardly said Aaron White's tonight. He's on the bench, has not scored a point, has not taken a shot. It's a very deep team. But White arguably is their second most important player, or second most talented player behind Marble.
He's a very athletic player. Can run, can rebound.
Appling.
Nice fake.
Steps in. Crowd would have exploded had he made that shot. They are just hoping along with him that he can start making shots again like he did before the wrist injury.
See, I think he's thinking on every shot rather than just shooting in a fluid rhythm. He was shooting the ball so well earlier this year. First 18 games, 45% from the three.
McCabe is fouled, and Tom Izzo can't believe it.
And since that injury on the 20th, he's shooting 16%. But worse than that, on the free throw line, he's 12 for 28 since the injury.
Russell Bird called for the foul, his first, and you can see how Tom Izzo feels about it. Oglesby, who's made a couple of threes for the Hawkeyes, back in for Utah.
They got a lot of people they can rotate. Tell you one thing you mentioned earlier about the toughness of the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten and the Big 12, you can go either way, 1 and 2. I go slight edge to the Big Ten, 1 and 2 to the Big 12. That's the VBDI. If I tell Bill Domingue, that's the RPI.
And drawing the block is Gazelle. It'll be another foul on Bird. And Gazelle will head to the free throw line.
And the reason they go to the free throw line so often, they're always attacking. They're attacking on offense. They're driving. It's one of those calls. You can sit there all day. Is it a block? Is it a charge? So difficult to make that decision. The most talked about block and charge of the year will be the one down, certainly Duke and Syracuse.
100%. The C.J. Fair play late in the Syracuse-Duke game. 2 outstanding games between Syracuse and Duke, and wouldn't it be fun whenever it might happen in the ACC tournament if they were to meet for a third time?
Well, they better find themselves right now. Yeah. Syracuse really struggled losing to Georgia Tech. Hey, I was teasing Fran McCaffrey before the game. I said, you're going to get my Oscar as the best theatrical show for the way you acted when you got ejected against Wisconsin. But you're number 2 now because Boeheim gets that Rock City.
Jim Boeheim's first ejection in 38 years. Payne. Yes!
Hey, people shooting a jump shot tonight.
Adrian Payne, first couple of years, hardly ever attempted a three, but the last year and a half or so, it's become a real part of his game along with that. He's always been good at that.
Knocking shots, and I'll tell you what else he's good at. He's got a heart of gold. He has become so attached to a young girl sitting behind us, Lacey Holsworth, a beautiful 7-year-old girl battling cancer. There's been stories. Jason King did a phenomenal story in a Bleacher Report about their relationship.
And Lacey's here tonight because it's Adrian Payne's senior night.
Yeah, she's going to escort him after the game. She's going to be his escort.
Travel on Marble.
What an amazing story, little Lacey. She's a beautiful little girl. I got a kiss from her before. There she is. Lacey with her mom, Heather, came to our gala, stole the show. You interviewed her.
Absolutely did.
Stole the show. She and Adrian in front of 800 people. She's right now going through radiation, and our prayers are with her because the chemo was not working, and now they're trying radiation. What a courageous young girl.
Here's Harris. Forces it up and draws the foul.
Might have got away with a little walk before he released that.
And the foul's going to go on Gabriel Olasheni, his second.
Tell you, we're talking about Harris as certainly potential player of the year prior to the fact of losing those games to Michigan. And they were tough games. I mean, those games are going to went either way.
No, he played well in that game.
Absolutely.
The loss here.
That was a great game.
Nelson Abasabi back into the game for Iowa. Olasheni sits down after picking up his second. Harris, a guy, missed some time with the ankle, and even before that, Dick played through the ankle injury earlier this season, but you can clearly see he's got his explosiveness back.
He's Mr. Basketball in Indiana.
Trice in for Harris, maybe just a brief stint on the bench into the under 4 media timeout. It's been the Marble show so far for Iowa tonight.
Now they got Valentine trying to check him. Good size. Nice pass.
And McCabe finishes inside.
Nice play by McCabe. Good catch, good hands, and a nice look to make that happen.
Valentine to Dawson. Right back to him. Valentine for three. Marble. Terrific pass to Basabe, but he's outnumbered. Marble for three. What a game he is having. Up to 16 already.
Look at the range he showed right there. That was deep range, man. He shot it from Southfield, Michigan, where he lives.
Dawson turns it over. 2-on-1 Iowa.
Bounce pass.
Oglesby.
Not a good play. Not a good play. 2-on-1. You got to drive that bounce pass. Watch Dev now. Devin Marble putting a show on. Wow, that's a long-range jumper. Are you serious? Wow. He battled leukemia. Beautiful kid. 10 years of age, 4th grade, he told me. He's ecstatic. Flew with the team on a big play. Maybe brings him good luck. First time, like we said, they haven't left East Lansing, Iowa, with a win since January 28, 1993.
They have battled back into a tie at 33, late stages of the first half. Josh Oglesby gives them the lead.
He's done a good job off the bench with his three. The Marble's been the story for them. Now look at this. They're going to go to a little pressure with Marble at the point of it. Trying to go a little half-court trap. Now they're going to rotate back in the zone.
Gary Harris on the bench right now for Michigan State. Marble has been the high scorer. He's got 16. Harris leads the Spartans with 10. Valentine, tough jumper. He's a talent, man.
Yeah, he is a talent. He's got the great size, too.
He's got 10 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds already.
Set him for a triple-double.
Wow. He's the only player in the top 10 in the Big Ten in both rebounding and assists. So a very versatile player. McCabe's open for three. And down with the rebound is Appling.
They got to get Appling to make a shot. They get a little confidence. He's got to make a shot. Oh, came close.
Dawson on the offensive glass.
And that's what he does. Dawson's a warrior on the glass. He rebounds exceptionally well. When they were playing without Dawson and playing without Payne, they were missing about 16 rebounds. So you got to go right to the goal.
And McCabe does to bring them back within one. When Michigan State defeated Iowa in overtime at Iowa City back in January, they were without Appling and Payne in that game.
Also, Appling played that game.
They were without Dawson and Payne,
right.
Forgive me, in that game.
That was the last game Appling made threes. He had 3 threes in that game.
And Russell Byrd hit a big three, the dagger, in overtime to salt away the win for Michigan State.
You can just feel that Appling's feeling himself about to get back in the flow, that rhythm.
Shot clock at 6. Payne muscles his way in. Good defense. McCabe stands his ground, and it's Iowa ball looking for the lead.
That's the first mistake Marble made. Got away with it. That was a bad pass. It was telegraphed.
Harris in for Appling. And Kaminsky's going to come in as well.
Michigan State has a day on the road. Sunday will be senior day for Mr. Kraft with Ohio State.
I think they'll be fired up for that in Columbus.
Wow.
Iowa will finish off the regular season at home on Saturday against Illinois, an Illinois team that just came in here this week and beat the Spartans.
But what about Michigan going down to Illinois and really putting a hurt on them? Stauskas went bananas shooting threes. What a year he's had.
Gazelle knocks down the three.
Okay, they got weapons out there that can shoot that perimeter J. They can really put points on the board. That's why they average 83 a game to lead the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Harris, step back jumper, no. Long rebound down to Oglesby. Final minute of a high-scoring first half. Valentine staying with Marble. Oglesby over Kaminsky, no. And Payne the rebound for Michigan State. And a timeout is called by Tom Izzo. ESPN's Journey to the Tourney features an ACC showdown on Saturday night. It's North Carolina and Duke from Durham. The Journey to the Tourney presented by Sonic, the best rivalry in college basketball. Another chapter will be written Saturday night, 9 Eastern on ESPN, and watch ESPN. Let's take a look now at how North Carolina and Duke are planning for success. Brought to you by Northwestern Mutual. And Dick, the traditions are almost unparalleled as you look at the accomplishments of these two great programs separated by only 8 miles.
Oh, it's unbelievable down there. The spirit, the excitement, the emotion. It'll be senior day, a special trip, no doubt whatsoever. I've loved it. I've done every game on ESPN that's ever been played, Carolina and Duke, and I get goosebumps every time when I see those two uniforms. It is so special. I'm telling you, hey, and you got right now, something's going to give. Duke's coming in with a 32-game win streak at home, and the bottom line is North Carolina hasn't lost. They've won 12 in a row. Something's going to give, Danny boy.
Did you ever think, say, 5-6 weeks ago, Carolina found out before that they wouldn't have Hairston back for the season? They had suffered some bad losses, and now all of a sudden they're the hottest team in the country.
Wow. Nice play right there by Gazelle.
Yeah. Sloppy turnover out of the timeout by Michigan State, and Iowa's lead is up to 4.
Tom stands up, not happy with that play. They're tough to defend. They're going to put points on the board. But they don't really. Right now, Iowa, you're going to get a chance to score. Just a little bit soft defensively.
Shot clock turned off. Payne in some traffic draws the foul, and Payne will be going to the line for 1-1. What happened on this last play out of the timeout?
Going to watch the steal right here. Sloppy play, goes to the floor. Wasn't aware, wasn't looking for the ball, and there's a steal by Gazelle and a score. Fran told us before the game, he said we gave up 90-plus 2 games in a row. The reason? So we didn't get back defensively. Defensive transition was not there.
Payne hits the front end. Trice still frustrated. That was the 9th Michigan State turnover committed in the first half.
You know, normally this place a little bit louder. Well, it's spring break right now, so the kids are not here. And the bottom line is you don't have that kind of unbelievable loudness that you normally have in this building.
2-point game. Now Iowa can hold.
Should back it out. I say Marble's got to take that last shot.
Valentine's on him. Oglesby. And the first half comes to a close with Iowa heading into the locker room with a 2-point lead here at the Breslin Center, led by their outstanding senior, Roy Devin Marble, having a heck of a night. 16 points already and 4 assists as well here in the first half. Should be a great second half here on senior night. Let's send it back to Chris Cotter and Bruce Pearl with the Mazda halftime reports. And it was the Devin Marble show here in the first half.
He was really unbelievable. He's Mr. Versatility. Made shots from all different ranges. Had 16 big points. Showed why he's their leader and their catalyst. On the other side, great performance by Valentine. Really a guy that excited you with his play. Passing the ball. Did a great job. Scored 10 points as well.
7 assists, 5 rebounds. Iowa's looking for more from Aaron White. Only played 7 minutes, didn't take a shot, didn't score a point. And Michigan State still looking to find the Keith Appling before the wrist injury. Appling 0 for 3, no points, 2 assists, 2 turnovers in 13 minutes in the first half.
Can't stress enough how vital he is to this team. When he was playing at his best, they were really as good as anybody in America. They really got to get him going, and it's really a confidence factor now. He said the pain is gone in his wrist, and he really feels good, but he's got to make some shots.
White can't get the shot up from the corner. Now Gazelle. Both teams made 5 threes in the first half. Iowa took 13. What a block by Harris. Michigan State made 5 out of 8 threes. Then a bad pass by Harris is almost stolen, but White can't keep it in bounds.
And that's really been their problem, making silly plays. Had that unbelievable play where Trice wasn't ready for the ball. Turnover, a layup the other way. Can't make a guy like Tom Izzo, who's a perfectionist, happy.
9 Michigan State turnovers leading to 11 first half points for the Hawkeyes. Again, the matchup, Marble and Harris. Payne inside, double team. And we've got a foul going against Iowa.
Appley just made a shot. He looked over at the bench.
Right. And the crowd cheered. A basket that was made a couple of seconds after the whistle blew. Let's take a look now. Take a look momentarily at the first half stats at the next whistle. Valentine to inbound for Michigan State.
Well, what a dangerous pass that was. Wow. Through that lob. Almost stolen by Gazelle. Very quiet here. Students not here. Spring break. So they got to really supply their own adrenaline right now, Michigan State.
Nice look inside. Payne rejected by Basabe. As we take a look now at the first half stats, brought to you by Mazda. And both teams shooting the ball well. One over 50%, one near 50%. Turnovers a problem for Michigan State. Roy Devin Marble, again, the star of the night with 16 in the first half.
Well, turnovers really hurt them because they were able to convert and score off them.
Harris in and out. Dawson just in.
What a terrific play by Dawson on the offensive boards. He's a warrior. It's great news for them to have him back from the broken hand.
You know, every single Michigan State fan, Dick, just keeps saying every day, if Appling can get healthy, if Dawson can get healthy, if Payne can stay healthy.
If I had hair, I'd be a TV star. Mr. Kipling, if. See, you didn't know I knew that, Mr. Kipling,
Dawson looks pretty good. That's the injured right hand, the hand that he broke, missed 9 games. But he is almost unstoppable on the offensive glass.
Yeah, he loves to rebound. And he's the guy that really fits the whole scheme of what Time Izzo's about. And there's no doubt in my mind, Time Izzo, Billy Donovan, and Bill Self, they can absolutely make reservations. They are going to the Hall of Fame. Nothing will stop them. I'm going to throw a fourth name. A lot of people say, are you kidding me? John Calipari. When it's all said and done, he will win enough, and he will be a Hall of Famer.
Woodbury driving on Payne. Nice little fake by Gazelle. Good ball movement by the Hawkeyes, but the Spartans recovering quickly. And then an unpopular call going against Adrian Payne, his second.
Dan Thomas thought they had a steal. Going to go the other way. There's a look right here. Comes after the ball. Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that foul.
I don't think Tom Izzo agrees with it either. Payne will sit. Matt Costello back into the game. Costello had been a starter for much of the season, came off the bench last game, and again tonight, a couple of reasons. One, they're getting healthier, and two, his ball screen defense has been a source of concern for Michigan State recently.
He's also had some injuries as well. Payne on the sideline. Don't get me started. I think we should have 6 fouls for DQ, for disqualification. And we should go to a 30-second shot clock. I've said that 5 or 6 times this year.
Boy, Michigan State's working hard. Nothing coming easily right now for the Hawkeyes. Marble forces it.
That was a great call, Dan. It was definitely a forced shot. That wasn't shot like he shot the ball earlier in the first half.
But it'll stay with Iowa as another foul call goes against the Spartans. This one is Costello.
Just took away a great defensive effort from the Spartans. Crowd doesn't like it. They woke up the crowd. Gives Iowa another possession. Oh, what a sloppy play right there.
Dawson the steal. The trailer's Valentine. And Appling's heading to the free throw line.
Now it's going to be interesting watching him go to the line. He has been a struggle since the injury on January 20th. Down the free throw line, he has shot 12 for 28 since that moment. Prior to that, 18 games, he was 74%.
In the 4 games since he returned from missing the 3, he's 2 for 8 from the free throw line. If he even makes 1, this place will roar like it's a game-winning basket.
I think he's thinking too much. Let's say in practice, Tom told us before the game, I asked him, how many make out of 10? So like 9. There it is. Nice little rotation on that shot.
And it's a 1-point lead for the Spartans.
He's such a quality point guard. He plays hard defensively. He really worked hard to improve his shot.
Wow.
They're blowing that whistle quickly. I mean, I thought he deflected the ball, but because he went for a steal, boom, as soon as the hand went, the whistle went. Take a look right here. Oh, well, what did he do there? Tell me what he did there. I want to know, Dan. I got 2 eyes.
I don't see it.
I got 1 eye.
Yep.
I got 2.
I saw a slap on the ball.
I did too. I mean, it's okay to try and take away the physical contact and let him play defense.
Now he's got to be careful. Giselle travels.
Great job defensively. Good foot movement by Appling. Did a terrific job defensively to stay between his man and the basket. Squared his body really well, so you are not going to beat me. A lot of that's mental, man. I'm going to drive you, I'm going to beat you, I'm going to turn you. DBT. Drive you, beat you, turn you.
Michigan State's really turning up the heat defensively here in the second half. Iowa hasn't scored a point yet in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Appling nowhere to go. Appling driving, lays it in.
That's big news for them. That's big news for them, Danny Schulman. Really, that's big news. That's the old Appling, man. That's the real Appling.
Now the reverse won't go for Aaron White. He steps out of bounds.
White has been a non-factor thus far tonight. Appling with the drive. Oh, is this big news? Watch the reverse baseline. Nobody takes the baseline away to get the reverse layup. You got to step right now on that baseline. Somebody's got to see the ball. Not allow him to make that cut. Baseline, you can utilize it as another defender.
Crowd really getting into it now. Denzel Valentine's playing cheerleader out on the court, trying to get the crowd fired up. Everything going the Spartans' way so far here in the second half.
That's going to make Appling feel a lot better, too.
Harris, yes!
Big time play by Harris right there. They're getting after it defensively now, too.
Timeout, Iowa.
Good call by Freddie McCaffrey. Good timeout.
7-0 run Spartans here in the second half. Gary Harris with a floater. Michigan State by 5. It's a great time of year. Isn't it a great time for college basketball fans? And you know who the hardest working man in America is right now. That's Joe Lunardi, our bracketologist. And here's where Joe forecasts Big Ten teams right now. Obviously, this can change a lot over the next week and then through championship week. He's got Wisconsin as a 2, Michigan, which has already won the regular season title, as a 3, the Spartans as a 4. Michigan State's going to be a very interesting team. Let's say they win tonight. Let's say they win at Ohio State. Does the committee look at them based on their overall body of work, or do they take into account all the pieces that they were missing at various points during the season and maybe bump them up a lot?
Well, they're certainly going to have to look into that. Certainly they analyze and evaluate how many games the Stars have missed.
Here's another steal. It's Appling. Lays it in with the left hand.
I'll tell you, it looks like Appling's starting to get back into that flow. Once they get that rhythm and that cohesiveness, people forget this club was 18-1, playing sensational basketball, and then bam, the injury bug them in.
Marble with a spin and a basket, and boy, did they need that. That's their first points here in the second half.
And that was a big-time move. Rather than shoot the jump shot, showed his ability to drive with the basketball.
Marble to foul, his second.
Tell you one thing, Appling's showing now flashes earlier in the year. We're going to see the steal right here, and he's going to finish and score with the left hand. And Mr. Marble says, anything you can do, Mr. Appling. Look at that reverse layup, lay it on the glass. You can make a strong case, I think, for Tim Miles as well, or Bo Ryan, but I'm going to give the edge to Mr. Beilein. I'm always a believer, to the victor goes the spoils. I didn't create that statement, but I believe in that statement. So I'm going with Beilein. You know, early in the year they struggled to lose McGarry, but they never lost confidence, faith, and they went out and did a great job to win the conference.
Payne with a tough turnaround off the glass, and the lead is back to 7. Aaron White gets Payne in the air and finishes, and for Aaron White, those are his first points of the game. He comes into the game tonight averaging better than 13.
Well, I think Michigan State's done a great job keeping Marble and White away from the free throw line. That's big. That is big, my friends. That is this man. Oh, Tom Izzo, he loves that little look. My friends, I'm telling you now, if he gets his A game, don't ever count out Tom Izzo in the tournament.
A block by Dawson.
That is big news watching Appling. We're seeing the real Keith Appling now, the kid that showed unbelievable brilliance earlier in the year. There he is right now. Good follow-through, good rotation. Nothing but nylon. Oh, that's got to feel good because it has been Brick City, USA for him.
And didn't hesitate. Looked like he wanted to take the shot. Keep in mind, and this is something that's mentioned about Tom Izzo a lot.
I know what you're going to say.
Every player who's been here for 4 years has gone to a Final Four. For that streak to continue, Appling and Payne have to get to a Final Four this year.
I'm going to tell you this. When they have their A game and they got all their parts, all the components, they're as good as anybody in America. We have so much balance out there this year.
White with his second field goal.
That's good news right there for the Hawkeyes, getting White involved. Finally getting on the board here with his second basket tonight.
Payne open for three.
He got bumped a little there, no call.
Just a 6-point game. Iowa led by 2 at the half. Utah open in the corner. White with a spectacular follow.
What a great foul, showing that great athleticism. Fran McCaffrey sang his praises big time. Freddie Hoiberg did to me on the phone today, and you saw a little glimpse of that athleticism right there.
We didn't hear a peep out of him in the first half, but he's got 6 noisy points already here in the second.
Well, you're not going to hold great players down for the entire game. They're going to break out.
Payne's wide open again, passes up the 3, and then misses the elbow jumper. White again, a little bit short. Rebound to Marble.
Marble's got to attack off the bounce. He's got a great size advantage on how they switch. They got Payne on him.
And a foul on Appling. Not a whole lot he could do trying to guard Olashaney down in the paint.
Yeah, Olashaney had too much size inside on that switch. Payne rotated off. Stepped up on Marble. Appling was left with Olashaney.
Third on Appling. Dawson and Payne go to the bench, and you still get the feeling, the way Tom Izzo is substituting, that again, guys are working themselves back into game shape coming off the injuries, so he's giving them a breather maybe more quickly than he wishes he had to.
And the other thing that they're trying to work on is getting some rhythm, some timing. Basketball's a game of rhythm, timing, familiarity.
At the line, Olashaney. As Iowa's now 7 for 7 from the line. They're a good free throw shooting team, 73%, but even more than that, they get there a ton. They shot 43 free throws in the first meeting against Michigan State. They made 30 of them, and as we mentioned in the first half, they have made more free throws than their opponents have attempted.
You know, Olashaney might be the quickest guy on the team. He's a shot blocker, brings a lot of energy. He's a guy that's giving them a lot of positive moments. That's a big plus. When you're going to the free throw line like Fran's club, that's really a great plus.
You can see, or we saw, and you saw moments ago, Marble getting a little medical attention over at the end of the Iowa bench. Hawkeyes back within 2.
They're in a zone, sitting in that zone right now.
Valentine can make so many different plays.
He's a facilitator. Once he gets to the ball, he can make things happen. Great vision.
Alvin Ellis is into the game for the first time. He took Appling's place. Costello draws the foul. Iowa bench wanted to travel.
A two-man game right there, Trice and Costello.
Tough to speculate, but the way they're working on him looks like maybe just a cramp.
Well, they got to get him on the floor. They're not going to win this game without Marble.
At the line, Costello, sophomore from Bay City, Michigan. Missed 4 games earlier this year due to mononucleosis.
You know, both these clubs have lost so many tough games. Their games they've lost have really been tough. You look at Iowa, we talked about it earlier. Their losses are all ranked teams with the exception of 2. And those 2 are quality teams too, Minnesota and Indiana.
And none of their 9 losses are by more than 8 points. Michigan State, meanwhile, very unusual. They've lost 4 games here this year.
Yeah, that is unusual. Real surprising. Got beat here by North Carolina.
Utah knocked away again. Michigan State ball.
Fran McCaffrey's really firing that bench. He worked for 11 years under Richard Digger Phelps at Notre Dame. With his success, I'm sure Mr. Phelps is taking credit for his development. He's done a great job everywhere he's been, though. Whether it be Lehigh, Siena.
And he'll become the 10th coach in Division I history to take 4 different programs to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, North Carolina, Greensboro as well. His son's a good player. He has a freshman, somebody named McConnor, very good point guard. Great size.
Trice now at the point with Appling on the bench. Kaminsky open in the corner.
He can do that. He can do that. That's his role, baby. Shoot the open jump shot. There is no substitute for guys that can make shots.
And Michigan State really knocking him down from beyond the arc tonight. White baseline. Nice look. Uthoff with a 15-footer not there. Weak side rebound, Olashany.
Olashany with a good offensive rebound gives him a third opportunity.
Well, a couple of good looks on that possession, but the Hawkeyes come up empty. Costello running the floor and draws another foul. Michigan State red hot from three-point range tonight. Kenny Kaminsky with his second 3 of the game. They're 7 for 11 as a team.
Playing time like Costello does, that's going to make you give an effort. Kids want to play. They all want PT. They all want playing time. A guy like Tom Izzo, he wants to win. If you earn your playing time.
Meanwhile, Gary Harris is now on the Michigan State bench, and the report we're getting from the other side of the floor is that he is suffering from a cramp.
He's got to take him off the bounce. He's got to take him off the bounce.
And he draws the foul, Marble does, on Costello.
Well, he's got too much quickness for him right there. Got a little isolation one-on-one.
You know, he's a great example. You look at him play now, and you say, boy, this guy's a star. I mean, this guy's going to play at the next level. Not a big-time recruit out of high school. I mean, Michigan State weren't really in on him. He's a Michigan kid. University of Detroit was in on him, but he eventually decided to go to Iowa, where his dad was such a...
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. If I were at Detroit, he would not have left that area. I would have locked him up big time. His dad came over, got a picture with him at halftime. I'm going to tell you this, though. You look at Marble right here. He's a kid that's going to get better and better. He's going to fill out that body. I think there's no doubt he'll play at the next level.
He's listed at 6'6", a two-guard with good size at 6'6". Here's
nice play.
Zach McCabe. And he will lay it in. Terrific play by McCabe, and all of a sudden the Hawkeyes are back within 5.
Well, he did a great job stepping right in the passing lane, and then he was under control as he went to the basket and converted. He told me earlier today, Marble, though, that Michigan did recruit him, but they were recruiting Hardaway. And once they got a commitment from Hardaway, it was done for him to play for the Wolverines.
Costello slips the screen. Valentine the kick. Kaminsky again. Crowd wanted a foul on Olashany. They won't get that, but it will be Michigan State ball.
Tell you one thing, Fran McCaffrey's brought excitement back to Iowa basketball. He really has.
That Iowa State game that they play in the non-conference portion of the year, that's one of the underrated, underpublicized, great out-of-conference rivalries that there is in America.
Well, one time you and I got to get up there. That clock is going, so we better get there soon.
Your bucket list is growing by the day, my man.
Well, I want that bucket list. That's one of my bucket lists. Another one is to go down to San Diego State for a game.
Trice
hitting that 3. He can do that. You talked about it earlier. Better than 45% shooter from the perimeter.
You don't think of him really as a knockdown three-point shooter, but he is that and more. Remember that illness that he suffered before last season, battled some health problems. But you're talking about one of the best backup point guards, and he's really more than that, but one of the best backup point guards in America.
I'm going to tell you people out there, if this team is healthy, you keep an eye on them in March Madness. I don't care where they're seated. There's Trice nailing it. You can put him number 3, number 4, number 5. All I know one thing, Tom Izzo, with a healthy team, they can beat anybody in that bracket.
I think the issue is they want to look at the Trice shot. It was ruled a 3, and now they're going to take a look at it to decide if it was a 2 or a 3.
There's Mike Eads on it. Bobrovsky on it as well.
And if that's what they're looking at, and it appears, you can see it's clearly a three. He's behind the line.
Wow. I can see them with one eye, Dan. I can see them with one eye. That's automatic, man. Let's play ball. What a real Iowa fan will be out here for the game. It's a three. Jeff Lance, who you happen to know really well. Jeff, the PR guy with the Baltimore Orioles, a terrific basketball fan.
You got incidental on them.
Mike Eats, one of the officials, and we always appreciate this when they come over to tell us it wasn't whether it was a 2 or 3. That they would have waited until the next media timeout to check. There was a play that was ruled incidental contact. I believe it may have been the Iowa defender maybe coming down into Trice. It's hard to see. I'm not sure exactly where. Oh, there it is under the basket. It's McCabe. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. There it is there. It's Dawson banging into McCabe. Forgive me, they didn't give us names. It was Dawson banging into McCabe, and he got him up above the shoulder. So that's something that they always check to see if it should be a flagrant 1, maybe even conceivably flagrant 2, but that's ruled as a normal basketball play, an incidental contact.
Well, Payne wants the ball down inside. They missed it. Had great post position. Feeding the post is a lost art. The best I've seen, Pearl Washington when he played at Syracuse, man. He would throw a little bounce pass to the post. Right there. Got to give him the ball on the right side. Let's go over his left shoulder.
Well, Olashany really pushing Payne out as far as he can. Shot clock at 3. Trice gets it off and hits.
Oh, what a nice play by Trice. A little floater in the lane. That was hell of a guy years ago, way before you, Bob Cousy, number 14, former Holy Cross superstar.
The lead has grown to 10. That's the largest on the night.
Playing really well defensively. This is Michigan State of old. Play good defense, good shot selection, execute, be efficient. I was going to make some shots here, having a tough time getting the ball to Marble.
Gazelle turns it over. And Gazelle looks like something's wrong as he's running back on defense. Grimacing in pain.
Olashany really playing tough inside on Payne.
Trice again. What a half he's having.
Oh, he's on fire, man. He's on fire. When you're making those perimeter shots, it just gives everyone a lift. Offensively, defensively,
and
gets the crowd.
What a lift he is giving Michigan State. After Appling picked up that 3rd foul, Trice has come in and maybe been the dominant player in the game over the last 4 or 5 minutes.
And what a lift he gives to Tom Izzo. I'll tell you that.
Marble scoops it up and in.
He's scoring in such a variety of ways. He's got more variations than Baskin-Robbins has flavors.
Michigan State turnover. Marble. Whoa!
Dawson with a terrific defensive play in transition.
I think Ellis is going to get credit for the block.
Was it Ellis?
Yep. Dawson slowed him down. Really set it up for Ellis.
Take a look right here.
Yeah, it's Ellis.
Yeah, it's Ellis. When in doubt, I always defer to you. Both guys are right there.
Dawson was there as well, but I think Ellis will get credit for it. White underneath, and he's got all 8 of his points here in the second half.
Well, it's shown here in the second half why people rave about him.
Appling getting ready to check back in for the Spartans.
And no lead is big enough against Iowa. They're so explosive offensively. They can put points on quickly. They play at a fast pace. I love their tempo.
Trice playing with a ton of confidence right now. Harris looking for some room. Payne now with 5 on the shot clock. Hangs and hits.
That was a big time move by Payne. Got into triple threat position. Got a great ball fake. They got Trice on right now on Marble. What a mismatch that is.
Marble a miss. And an Iowa foul.
It's been the Trice show, my friends. He's been shooting that jumper. There he is right there with a little floater in the lane. And then he comes back again, and now he shows you the trifecta.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
All they need is health. They need cohesiveness. They need rhythm, and that comes by being with each other.
If they wind up as a 4, they're not who you want to see if you're a 1 in the Sweet 16. I mean, this team, this was a team that was number 1 in the country for 3 weeks during the middle of the season.
I tell you, if I'm Wichita State and I'm a number 1, I don't want number 4 in my division, my region. Hey, by the way, I laid out my All-American team yesterday on my website. If people go to dickvitelonline.com, click where it says ESPN in the upper right. How do you like this team? McDermott, Parker, C.J. Fair.
Dawson bringing the house down.
Dawson, I'm telling you. How do you get a chance to finish my team? Napier and Johnson from Arizona. Like that team?
I like that team. Tom Izzo likes this team right now. He told us before the game he still thinks there's time for them to become the team that he thought they could be at the beginning of the season.
Well, we're seeing that tonight in the second half especially. I mean, they're making right now Marble take tough shots.
Yes.
Mr. Dawson with a little jam right here. Oh, that's quick, man. Here it is. There's the look inside. There's the line. There's the jam. And guess who gave him the ball? Mr. Appling. And that's what he did well when they were 17-1. They actually were 18-1, but he had missed a game.
Michigan State's going to be as fascinating a decision for the committee as just about anybody in the country. 3 not there for Oglesby.
They're really playing well. Second half here, they've been absolutely sensational. I think it started with this guy. He gave them a big lift when he made a shot.
This guy didn't do too badly. Trice, huge here in the second half when Appling was on the bench.
He hasn't missed a shot yet. He's 4 for 4, 3 for 3 from threes. He's perfect, man.
6 minutes to go.
Payne trying to get the ball in the post. That's the first mistake he made. Trice, bad pass. Look, he's not scratching his head. Valentine says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Keep shooting the ball the way you're shooting it.
Tough kid. Marble with a game-high 22. 16 of them came in the first half.
2 guys that know each other from the Detroit area. Appling now guarding Marble.
Good job there to take advantage of the mismatch, but good help for a rejection.
Oh, what a good look right there by Valentine.
And another one by Dawson. And another one by Trice. But we have a whistle and a foul going against Iowa. Tomorrow it's a primetime NBA doubleheader on ESPN at 7 Eastern. The Grizzlies and the Bulls, and then at 9:30 the Indiana Pacers and the Houston Rockets. What a matchup that should be. NBA Friday presented by State Farm. A 13-point lead now for Michigan State. Third foul on Zach McCabe. If Iowa loses this game, Dick, it'll be 4 losses in 5 games. They would be 9-8 in the Big Ten, a team that everybody says is dangerous and talented, and they are, but they're struggling right now.
Well, they got to get that win at home against Illinois if they're going to lose this game. Get 10 wins in conference play. Very tough conference. Every time you lace them up, you face the potential loss. I don't think there's any doubt we're seeing them in the NCAA.
And another foul against the Hawkeyes, this one on McCabe.
Man, a tough one last year. They lost to the Big Ten tournament to Michigan State, and it cost them a bid to the NCAA. Look at the resume right there.
And a technical foul has been assessed on Fran McCaffrey.
He can get after you with the best of them. 2 years ago, he was here. He had a little chair he slammed to the floor. They were blowing out here. He's a fighter, man. He's got a winner's mentality.
And Borowski tees him up. Well, it slipped away from the Hawkeyes in a hurry here in the second half.
Well, it slipped away because of the brilliant play by Michigan State, offensively and defensively. They're unified, man. You can watch them right now. We saw it before the game. When they came in the locker room, we were talking to Tom Izzo. It was like unbelievable. It was so fired up.
Michigan State has outscored Iowa 37-18 in the second half.
What did Tom tell us before the game? He said, we're ready to play. We are ready to play. and they took a tough challenge in the first half.
Well, they're still talking over there. Fran McCaffrey is still unhappy.
They better be careful, they don't get ejected again.
Spartans ball, some pressure now from the Hawkeyes, and a foul on Marble. Michigan State's already in the bonus. Ivers in the double bonus already.
Let's see how Appling handles the free throw line. That's really been a problem for him recently.
That is the 10th foul on Iowa, so that's 2 free throws now for Appling.
You know, Iowa last year, NIT, did really well in the NIT. Would have been in the NCAA, but they lost a heartbreaker in the tournament to Michigan State. Cost them a bid.
But you think they're in already? They've done.
I really do. I think their resume's too strong. Appling came up short on that free throw.
Knocks down the second.
Now 1 out 2, when you look at his numbers right now, is pretty good considering where he's been at.
Woodbury with a 12-footer.
They keep expecting him to become really an outstanding player. He's got to get a little stronger physically, a little more aggressive.
Oh, Valentine. Cradling it behind his back and then drawing the foul. You know, if you're looking for guys who might be breakout stars next year, this guy's going to have a huge role on this team, and he could put up some spectacular numbers.
Well, especially rebound and passing the ball. Look at the showtime right there. He's trying to pull a little magic. Those were great teams, Magic and Mr. Kelso and Judd Heathcote. Did a great job in that era. Who could ever forget them winning that national title? 79.
Beating Indiana State in the final.
Yeah, had a career player on their team, a kid from French Lick by the name of Larry. What was his name?
Bird.
Oh, Bird.
He could shoot it a little bit.
He could pass it too and rebound it.
White scores over Valentine.
Nice move inside by White. Great post move, great head fake. Second half's all been Michigan State.
Whoa, McCabe.
Oh,
Did he just throw down Trice? Frustration mounting for Iowa.
I gotta get away. Go to your bench. Go to your bench. Go to your bench. Frustration. No room for this though. None whatsoever. Now watch this. They're hooked up with arms. And then he throws a little wrestling move to the floor.
Yeah, I got to believe that's at least a flagrant one.
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
I mean, you can't say that was an accident. You can't say that was incidental.
That was not incidental. That was a flagrant foul.
Flagrant 1's 2 in the ball. Flagrant 2's 2 in the ball and an ejection.
You don't help your team with that at all. Don't help your team at all. That's just total immaturity for a veteran player. That's totally uncalled for. Don't need it. You got to play basketball.
Senior from Sioux City, Iowa. And the officials are looking at it right now. Look at Trice saying, Trice looks like he's tangled up, and McCabe just takes him down. Watch his leg, too. He kind of, Trice goes flying over his leg, too, over his left knee.
Wow, that's like a wrestling move.
That's a dangerous play.
Absolutely. I always think it's a flagrant joke, to be honest with you.
Michigan State. McCabe has fouled out on the contact dead ball technical. It'll be 2 free throws for Trice. In the initial double foul, they offset each other.
Okay, so the initial double foul eliminated and made it a dead ball situation. Right. Yeah, the dead ball situation. So it eliminates the flagrant.
I tell you, the officials are they're doing us a great job tonight.
Yeah,
they're coming
really
over and helping us out with that.
So that eliminated the flagrant. We didn't see the initial double foul on both guys.
You're right, because had the whistle not blown, had the initial double foul not happened, then you're talking about flagrant 1, flagrant 2. So McCabe picked up a personal and then the technical. And in college basketball, a technical is also a personal. So he picked up his 4th and his 5th. Trice makes the free throws, and Bird is ejected from the game.
Still, that act is totally uncalled for.
100%. And ultimately, that's more important than what it actually is called.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And imagine how Tom Izzo would be feeling if Trice had gotten injured on that play with all Michigan State's been through. A foul on Clemens.
It's brought the game to a standstill now. It really has.
Yeah. One more look, and among the damage on Trice after that play is a bloody wrist.
Wow.
You mentioned it. Iowa's lost 17 in a row here going back to 1993. They were leading at the half. They were playing really well. They were great in the first half. Really gotten away from them here.
Well, the second half got away because of the play of Michigan State. Tom Izzo right now coming into this game 15-0 at home against Iowa.
Sports Center is next here on ESPN. Nice look inside. Woodbury misses the layup.
Got to convert that. 2-man play. Woodbury got himself a little layup inside. He's got some good skills. I think the big news for Michigan State is that Apple's starting to show flashes again of his ability and talent that we saw earlier this year.
You've seen it from Dawson on the offensive glass as well in his second game back from injury. Turnover, good steal by White. Look ahead, Clemens going to the rim, and he lays it in.
Nice move by Clemens. Good solid little point guard backup for Gazelle. They've done a great job controlling, containing Marble in the second half. He was unbelievably unstoppable in the first half. Taking some time off the clock. Tom Izzo's got to be totally pleased and ecstatic with his performance. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Mr. Appling is back. And if he's back, I'm telling you, they might be one of the clubs I pick come tournament time.
Keith Appling knocks down his second 3 of the game. He said the wrist felt like it was brand new. And he's starting to show signs of that, knocking down a couple of 3s here tonight. You got to believe that Dan Chapman's going to get into the game for Michigan State, maybe get a chance to knock down a shot.
Well, they follow the pattern of Indiana. Indiana established that having their senior night after the game rather than before.
Darius Stokes, 35.
Marble comes out, and that may be the end of his night with a 17-point deficit, 24 tonight for Devin Marble.
Had a terrific first half. Sherman Dillard on that staff. Outstanding assistant coach. Has been a head coach. I've known Sherman for a lot of years. Brings a great deal of quality to that bench for Fran McCaffrey. Taking some time off the clock. Hey, it's over. UCLA just got another win. Steve Wolford's done a heck of a job. I think he's going to really get that program rolling.
That's a dangerous team.
Absolutely. I love Kyle Anderson. Made my second team All-American. Along with Gordon, Randall, Smith, and Ennis.
Dawson tries to save, but it'll be Iowa ball.
You didn't tell me if you like my first team.
I like your first.
Johnson, Napier, C.J. Fear, Parker, and McDermott.
And is McDermott, hands down, no doubt about it, Player of the Year.
Absolutely. And hands down, no doubt about it, Coach of the Year. You go 31-0. I don't care against anybody. You deserve Coach of the Year, Mr. Marshall.
A big ovation for Travis Trice, and with good reason. He played extremely well tonight, and then also survived that takedown by McCabe. And they know even if Appling is struggling or injured, they're in pretty capable hands with Trice able to handle the point. With the ball right now, Peter Jok.
Came in with a big reputation. Peter Jok as a shooter. Fran McCaffrey thinks he's got a good future.
Got a great doubleheader coming your way Saturday. It begins with Indiana and Michigan at 6 Eastern time, and then it's Saturday prime time presented by DirecTV from Cameron Indoor Stadium in Durham, North Carolina and Duke, 9 Eastern. Both games also available live on Watch ESPN.
Nothing like March Madness, my friend. You can talk about all the other sporting events you want. There is nothing that captivates the nation for a 3-week period. And this guy knows what it's about. 6 Final Fours in 15 years. No one else could claim that.
The crowd is now chanting, "We want Chapman." They know he's a senior. They know this is it, and they're going to get their wish.
Here he comes. See, the crowd speaks. They get what they want. Mr. Izzo listens.
Now, the other 4 guys who are going to be on the floor with him, they got one job.
Get the
Get
ball
him
to
a
Mr.
shot.
Chapman. Get him a deuce.
You know, you play in obscurity, you hardly play at all, but you get a chance on a special night like this to get into the game.
What a performance in the second half. First half, Iowa really right there, playing well. Second half, it's been all Michigan State.
He's got help. Valentine lays it in.
Nice play by Dawson, unselfish with the steal, looking for his teammate. He's what you need. Guys like that are all about the team concept.
Tom Izzo may use a timeout soon just to get Chapman into the game. Uthoff. Left hand. Spartan ball again.
The clock keeps coming down.
Yep.
You got to stop that clock.
Chapman's looking at that
Chapman
clock,
out again.
saying, "Hey, coach." and Valentine threw it out of bounds. Tom Izzo, even Mike Eats, the officials, Tom Izzo said, "Call a timeout." Valentine threw it out of bounds just to get Chapman into the game.
I like Chapman's judo, man. I wish I had somebody like that, and so do you. Oh, there goes the Chapman. He's ready, man.
Is Izzo calling a timeout or just trying to get him to throw it out of bounds?
He's pointing.
Throw it out of bounds. He's saying throw it out of bounds. Valentine did what he was told to do.
Get a turnover. Oh, look at the hug. Yeah, boy. I'm back, coach. I'm back. Oh, he feels good. Tom Izzo, one of my favorites, man. He is real people. Generous, a heart of gold. So does Freddie McCaffrey. Both a great family, man. Fans going to love us, honor him down there at the Riverside Casino with Freddie Herberg. Raise a lot of money for the V Foundation. People get your tickets. I'm going to be the keynote speaker, and I can't wait. Hey, it's going to be emotional here when Adrian Payne walks out with little Lacey Holdsworth. What a story. People go to Bleacher Report and get the story by Jason King about their relationship. It's unbelievable.
Jock knocks down to 3. Chapman's got the ball in his hands. Will they get him a shot?
I think Jock can be a good player. Come on, get the ball to Chapman. Get the ball to Chapman. Look, he's coming off the screen. Coming off the screen. Look, hand off. Go, get that screen. Go to the goal. Go to the goal. Oh.
Turns it over and Jock will finish. They've got one last possession. Shot clock is turned off, but will they try one more time to get Chapman a shot or just run out the clock?
Jock looking over his side. I said, Coach, give me some PT. I could score. As Chapman trying to get free. Look at this. Trying to get free.
There it is.
Shoot it. Go down. Oh. Go down for the kid. I feel like about 10 years old here myself.
Spartans ball.
Oh, he's going to the bench.
Putting Kaminsky back into the game. Just to get Chapman the ovation. Chapman will.
Oh, kisses the floor. Oh, see it. That's the ovation. That's a hug from Tom Izzo. Players love playing for him. They really do.
Another turnover. And it'll be Iowa ball, just 5 seconds left. An impressive win for Michigan State tonight. Appling played well. Another game under his belt for Dawson. Another game under his belt for Payne. Senior night here with the Breslin Center. And this team's getting healthier, and this team's looking dangerous.
Absolutely. You have Appling back. You got Payne back. Dawson back.
That will count for Basabe, so the final score will be 86-76 as Michigan State defeats Iowa. And the Spartans go to 12-5, and that'll clinch a first-round bye in the Big Ten tournament for the Spartans. Senior night festivities coming for Payne, Appling, and Chet.